All right. Hey guys, thanks for being here. Let's make sure everything's working. Good morning. Nope, I hear some echoes. Let me fix this. Okay, this should be good. I hope so. Let's see. There we go. Got it. All right, perfect. Welcome to a Monday morning solo stream. Here we are. We're going to be playing Neon Rain. This is published by Neon Rain, I think? Neon Night, which is actually a sub kind of publisher of Chip Theory games. So this is Neon Rain, art by Manny Tremblay, the guy that did all the Dice Throne kind of games. I believe this is going under the same publishing as Roth, which is another game that's coming out. Again, kind of in that Chip Theory line. So, high production value for the game. This is a 1v1. You can play 2v2, but this is a battler, head-to-head battler, where we are going to be kind of in an arcade world. Just playing cards, doing damage back and forth, trying to defend, trying to attack, and then just bringing our health down to 0. So we'll go ahead and flip this over. And this will be my first time doing the solo. I have played this before with my wife, kind of just going back and forth. She did beat me, so we're going to see how we do against the computer or the solo here. But it's pretty basic. There's going to be a couple different phases of the game. You have your attacking phase and then your defending phase. And I have both of these little reference cards here. Oops. Camera went off. Give me 1 second. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. I'm still here. What happened there? Okay. Just a little bit of wire issues there, I guess. Interesting. Haven't had that happen in a while. So, I do have the rulebook here just to kind of resolve the order, the resolution order whenever we get to that point. So I will be using that at least for the first part of the game. So we're going to be these specific characters. I'm going to be playing Ghost Whisper, who has a special ability, which I'll get into in a little bit. We will both be starting off with 25 health, and then again, just whoever goes down to 0 is going to be the winner. We will be doing best 2 out of 3. Good morning, Michael. Thanks for being here. Nice early morning stream for you. So, on your turn, what you're going to be doing, or what I'm going to be doing on the solo turn. I'm not going to use this deck because I've already shuffled it. I'm just going to go ahead and use this other one just to kind of show you guys. And before I get started here, huge shout out to Pat, who sent this over. He is a member of our Discord group. He thought that this would be a game that we would really like, and it is a game that we've been enjoying, or that I've been enjoying. So huge shout out to Pat. Thanks for sending this over. Just kind of wanted to give you that thanks. So you're going to start off with 7 cards, and these cards can be a mixture of things. If you can't tell, this is an arcade style game. So you're going to have buttons. You're going to have combo breakers. You will have some other kind of blocking cards, and then you're going to have joysticks. And so on your turn, what you're going to be doing on your attacking turn, you're going to either play joysticks or buttons, or a combination of those things. You can have some combos whenever you are attacking, and these combos are going to add special bonuses. So, for example, it's a good slow work day. That is good, Michael. So, if you have 2 joysticks that are the same direction, you will gain an extra star, which I'll explain what those do in a second. But let's say, for example, I guess I got rid of that other one. Find a joystick. Okay. So let's say I had these 2 up joysticks and this button here. I can play 1 to 3 cards on my turn. So I will play them, and then I will do any combos that I have. So for example, if I play 2 of the same direction joysticks, I'll get an extra star. And then I can also have combos of a direction plus a color. Now here there is no bonus for an up joystick and a color, but let's say that I played something like this, right? For a left joystick and a color, that gains me a health. So I would be getting a health doing something like this. Let's go back here. Oh, that camera's out again. Let me, hold on one second. Need to just readjust this. Oh, not good, not good. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't happen anymore. I unplugged it, plugged it back in. Okay, so you can also play, I'm sorry. So if you play those directional joysticks plus a color, you get some type of bonus, whether that's an extra damage, an extra healing, or a shield. You can also play 2 of the same color buttons. And if you play 2 of the same color buttons, then that will give you an extra damage to your attack. So playing these different types of combinations are going to give you extra abilities. Now, the one tricky part of this game, or the trickiest part of this game, is how the combos work. Because, let's say I played this. Let's say I played this. Okay. This right here is going to give me, first I'm going to go down the list. I don't have 2 matching joysticks, so I don't get the extra star. I do have 2 of the same color, so that is 1 combo there. That's going to give me a damage. I do have a left and a color right here. That's going to be a combo. That's going to give me an extra heal. And then I also have a left and another combo, so that counts as another combo here. A left and another button, so that counts as another combo. So that's 3 combos total. So you can reuse these cards in addition to the other cards to get those bonuses more than once whenever you're playing them. So that's how the offense works. You will be gaining things at the bottom. You will be doing damage equal to what the buttons say. So these 2 are both 1, and then this one is a 2. And then on their turn, they are going to play a card. Let's just grab one here. And depending if they're attacking or if they're defending, they're going to play either the top or the bottom. So if they're attacking, they're doing this top part. They're going to do defense and defense. I'm sorry. They're going to do 1 attack and 1 attack. Now, when I defend, I can play one of these 3 cards, either a block, a throw, or a combo breaker. So the block, what it's going to do is it's going to block buttons. So if I were to play 1 block, that would get rid of 1 of these. They would only do 1 damage. If on here there was a joystick, this throw would get rid of the joysticks. Now if there's 2 on there, I'd have to play 2 blocks in order to get rid of both of them. Combo breaker. If I play a combo breaker, what that does is it breaks any combo. And on top of that, I get to play a button that will deal damage immediately back to them. Okay? So usually on your defense, you can only play 1 to 2 cards. If you play a combo breaker, this does not count towards one of your cards. And then if they are defending, they're going to do the bottom part here. In this case, they would just deal damage to me. You might see the throw symbol, you might see the block symbol, anything like that as well. So that is how their solo deck works. Last thing to explain here, we do have some asymmetric abilities. So as I mentioned, I am Ghost. And Ghost, all of her B button attacks cannot be blocked. So nobody can block her B button attacks. I mentioned stars earlier. Once I get 5 stars, so anytime I collect a star, I get them here. And then once I get 5 of them, I will spend them and I will do this ability. Once I get 5 stars, I can deal 4 damage. I will get a star and I will get a shield. The computer, they are playing blacksmith. And so what they're going to do is once they get 4 stars, they will deal 4 damage to me. They will make me discard 2 cards from the top of my deck. If I ever run out of cards, then I am actually out of the game, or I lose the game. And then 1 damage for each of their A attack buttons. So they will have +1 if they play an A button. And then that is how we play. Like I said, we will be doing 2 out of 3. Sorry, I'm trying to put this on here. Okay, so we'll be doing best 2 out of 3, and then whoever wins, wins. I am going to be changing characters throughout the rounds, so that way you guys can see a couple different ones, and you guys can just kind of go along with there. So we'll go ahead and get started. I will always go first as a solo, and so I will deal out 7 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, huge shout out to Pat for sending this over. He 3D printed all of these components also, and they do a really good job of keeping it organized on the desk, on the table here. Okay, so we've got a couple different joysticks. We've got some buttons here. We've got a combo breaker for our defense round, and this. All right, so each of my Bs can't be blocked. And then we've got some lefts here that for our combo, unfortunately we can't heal above our starting health, so it doesn't really make a ton of sense to play that just yet. What we can do is play this card here, which will start giving me some stars so I can start building up Ghost a little bit, and then possibly just pay my B because it can't be blocked. And just kind of see what happens there. So I'll go ahead and put these to the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to play the up joystick and the B button. And then they are going to defend. So they are playing this card, and it's a combo breaker. Okay, so that's all they're going to do on their turn. Thankfully, we didn't play a combo, so that's nice. So what's going to happen here is we're going to start with the counter cards. Combo breaker, no combo breaker, or no combos to break. And then we're going to do the joystick cards. So here I will gain 2 stars. Nothing else. If either hero gains enough stars to activate their power, we do that. We don't have that. Okay, and then the button cards. So then we will do a B to this one, and it's going to go down to 23. Because that's 2 damage. And that's the game. This is going to our discard pile, and this is going to our discard pile here. Okay. Now it is on to them. So they're going to play this card. And they're playing this top one, which is a left joystick plus a B. And that is a combo. So that would be dealing an extra damage. I do have a combo breaker, and that's actually all that I have, so might as well do that. We're going to do a combo breaker here. And a combo breaker, I can actually play a button on top of that to deal more damage. So we're going to do that. All right, so we will resolve this first. There is no combo that occurs. And then I'm going to do 2 damage. Okay, and now they're going to go. They are going to get a star. They're going to make me discard a card. Pop one from my deck. And then they're going to deal 2 damage to me. All right. And that is the turn. We're sitting at me 23, them 21. And so I can only ever have up to 7 cards in my hand. There's a couple different modes that we're going to be playing, or that we can play. We have training mode, so if I were to rest, if I were to heal back up to 7 cards, it would not take a turn. The normal mode is if I rest, it still does take a turn, and then the hard mode just adds an extra defense card in there. So we're going to be playing normal. So whenever it's time for me to re-up, they will still go. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to play these last 3 cards and hope for something good. So they'll go ahead and play their solo. All right, they're just doing 1 damage to me, so they're not doing any combo breakers or anything like that. So first thing that we will do is resolve all counter cards. Resolve now. They have no counter cards. If a button is played with a combo breaker card, deal that damage now. 1 second. Okay, so we have played 2 matching joysticks, so that's going to be a star. Now we're going to go ahead and do the actual attacks here. So we'll start with the joysticks. We'll gain 2 stars. And then that immediately triggers my effect here. So that is 5 stars being spent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They cannot block any of this. They're going to do 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to immediately get a star back and a shield. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to heal twice. Okay. Now, more bonuses. We will do these 2, which is actually a health. Unfortunately, I can't heal back up. And then these 2, which is another health, and I can't heal back up again. Michael, yes, you are required to use your 5-star power. You have to use it immediately. Sorry for this camera continuously going off. I'm going to try something a little bit different here. Change the settings. 1 second. Okay, I think that should be okay. I think it should go to Wi-Fi just in case. But yes, as soon as you reach your your capacity here, you have to use them. Okay, and then I'm going to deal 1 damage here, and then they are going to deal 1 damage to me. Perfect. Ooh, actually, so when they deal that damage to me, this goes back up because I do have a shield, so I am blocking that damage from them. All right, now it's on them. I have 0 cards in hand, so whatever they do, they're just going to do, and they're going to attack. So they're going to do a left and a Y. So that, I'm sorry, a right and a Y, so that's going to deal an extra damage. So they're going to be doing 3 damage to me. Oops. To me, it's 22. And then they're going to gain a star. They're going to make me discard a card. All right, and then on my turn, I am resting or just healing back up, recovering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is my turn. Let's see what I have. Hopefully I have some, good, I have some blocks and some throws. So we can at least do something when it attacks now. Okay, so it's doing a down, which is gaining it a shield and a star. And that's it. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to throw it because that's fine. We will keep these for a later round. All right. We can play something like this. Yeah, I think this works. Okay. So now it's going to be their turn. they're not doing any defense. So everything goes to them. So we have 2 matching colors, so that's an extra damage. So that's going to be a damage here, going to the shield. We have this one and this one, so that's 2 shields for me. Here we're going to gain a star and another shield, and then we're going to do 2 damage to it. Perfect. All right, so we can only ever have up to 4 shields, which is all that we have in the supply anyway, so that's good. It is going to be blocking some stuff. All right, so now it's going to be its turn. It's doing 2 B attacks. Only 1 damage if I take it. Let's just go ahead and block 1 of those Bs, and then it's going to do this. Now that is a combo, so it is getting an extra damage to that. So we'll block 1. This one is the extra. These are the 2 that are coming in, and then we're blocking the 1. Okay. I've only got 3 cards. Let's rest. Let's recover. So we'll draw back up to 7. We'll get 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my turn. Get some joysticks, some other cards there. It's going to go ahead and play. So it's going to do a down joystick. And you know, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it. So it is not going to do any of that. Okay. To me. Let's do an up. That'd be nice to be able to do my star power, I feel like. Oh man, this camera. Come on. There it goes. It's the cable. Sorry, guys. Give me a minute. Okay, that should be... Let me just double check something here on my end. I guess I need a new cable for it. Okay. We're going to play those and this Y. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. They will go. And so they are defending. They're just doing 2 damage to me, so that's fine. So we'll go ahead and start with the joystick cards, or actually the combos. All counter cards resolve now. Deal that now. Joystick cards gain all that. Okay, yeah. All right, so joysticks, we're going to get 3 stars. And that is actually going to trigger this. So if I add my 3 stars here, that's 5. It's going to do 4 damage to them. I'm going to get a star and a shield. Okay. This shield. And then we are going to start hitting. So this is actually going to give me another shield. And then we're going to do 2 damage. So that's at 10. And then it's doing 2 damage to me. I have shields. Blocking that. Okay. Now is its turn. Doing an up. and 2 stars. I'm actually going to throw that. I don't want it to get stars, so that just goes away. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and play these two. It's gonna go. It's defending. So we do joysticks first. It's gonna get a shield and a star, and that's actually going to trigger its ability. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna make me discard 2. 1, 2. Let me double check here if it's thrown any A's. Did throw 1. I think I should have 1 more damage on me because each of its A's do 1 more damage. Okay, so it's doing that. It gained its shield, it gains its star. That shot off. So now, my turn. We're going to go ahead and do 3 damage to it. This blocks 1, so 2 damage. All right. Its turn, it's going to attack me with 4, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to attack. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's going to do a down joystick. Let's see if I can throw anything. I have no blocking. That's okay. So it's going to gain a shield and a star. And that's all it did to me. What can I do? How can I add more damage here? Let's do this. And this. All right, so that's what we're doing. Okay. So it's not doing any defense. It's got a pretty good top action, but no defense. So what we're going to do here is activate the joysticks, get a star, and then discard a card. Okay. This is the same color, so that's a damage. There's 2 there. 1, 2. And then this is an extra damage, and this is an extra damage. So 2 more damage. We're just going to do 1 because it does have a shield. All right. Now he is going to attack. I have no defense. So he's going to gain 2 stars. That is not a combo. There is no up and color combo. And it is going to deal 1 damage to me. Okay, now it's my turn. We are going to try to gain 3 stars. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. It's going to go. All right, so joysticks, I get 3. That's going to trigger this. And that is going to do 4 damage. And then that has brought him down to 0, to blacksmith down to 0. All right, so that is round 1 completed. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to get one of these little tokens. It's going to be 1 to me. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these up. These are these super thick PVC. I think they're PVC. I don't think that's actually what they are, but it's those really like nice plasticky cards. So I'm just going to rifle shuffle them because that is the easiest thing here, and they're super nice. so it's easy to do. They're not going to get super messed up. And then we'll just kind of mash them together. All right, so that wasn't too bad. I've played as Blacksmith before, and I like their ability of throwing the cards out from the top of their deck. Because like I said, if you run out of cards to draw, then you are out of the game. So I think that is pretty cool. Ghost was nice. I liked Ghost. At the beginning, when it was throwing cards away, it was throwing a lot of my B cards. So unfortunately, those ones didn't really have any benefit. The solo really didn't play much with any block cards either, so didn't do too much damage to me there. But yeah, so that is this one. Let me shuffle their deck now. And then we will go to round 2. And like I said, we're going to pick new characters to play with. And I already have them off to the side. We're going to change everybody just so that we have a little bit of variation in the play. Now, this is a variant on the game. It doesn't have to be best 2 out of 3. It can be just whoever won the first one. You can do however you want it, but I'm just doing best 2 out of 3, just to make it a little bit longer. These cards. Okay. There we go. These two, these will go away. Those heroes are done. And now we're going to play with Rain Boom. So this is who I'm going to be. And Rain Boom's ability is once they get 5, they can do 3 damage. They gain a shield, they gain a star, they throw away the top card from their deck, and they heal back 1. Scattered, if you play buttons of different colors, you add 1 damage. So we want to play some different colored buttons. And then we're going to be playing against the computer. Yep, it says computer there, very, very slightly. Raylan, and this is Force Blow. Once they get 5 stars, it will do 3 damage. Discard the top 2 cards from your deck. And then for every one of those, it adds 2 damage. So that's, they can be dealing a decent amount of damage if they're making me discard my cards quite a bit. Start here, back up to 25. I will go first. And we'll start with 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's not bad. This plays pretty quickly. You know, just kind of going back and forth. If I play different color buttons, they add 1 damage. I don't have any of the same direction gears. Let's just do something like this. That can do quite a bit of damage. All right. So they're just going to hit back with a B. So we're going to go ahead and do joysticks. I get this. I get to throw away 1 of their cards. Now we will do combos. So this is 1 damage, 2 damage. Okay. This is 2, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then they are different colored buttons, so that's 1 more damage. That was a big hit there. That was 4, 5, 6, 7. Big hit at the start. Okay. Their turn. So they're doing a extra damage combo. They are going to be adding 2 damage because they're throwing a card. So let's go ahead and go here. They're doing 2 damage, so I will discard the top one, and that's 2. 1, 2. And then I guess no, I couldn't have thrown it. I don't have a throw card, but we're going to block this Y, and it's not going to do anything there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and play the rest of my hand out. They're not blocking anything, so we'll go ahead and get 3 stars. 1, 2, 3. I will heal up 1. I will do 1 damage. And then this is actually healing up another, so this combo right here. Back up to 25. Nice. Okay. Their turn to attack. I have nothing in my hand, so whatever they do, I'm going to take. So I'm taking 3 damage there. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now it's their turn again to attack. They're doing 4 damage. Do I have any blocks? I have no blocks, no combo breakers. And it's actually the same color, so that is dealing 5 damage to me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, 17, 17. All right. Let's see, what can we do? We need to get a star. That way we can at least... This will heal me up a little bit. This is different color buttons. Yeah, let's do something like this. Okay. So they're going to go ahead and draw. They're throwing, so they're throwing this, which is terrible. That's the star that I needed. Okay, and then this here. So it is different colored, so that is going to be an extra damage. So that's going to be 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I really wanted that star. Played the card right when it needed to. Okay, its turn. It's going to do this. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to throw that top one. So then it's only going to do 1 damage to me. Okay, my turn. Let's play these 2. Oh, it's throwing again. That's terrible. Super annoying. And then I'm doing 2 damage to it. 1, 2. Okay. I have 1 card, so it is attacking. Hopefully there's a joystick I can throw. And look at that. I'm going to throw it. Nothing happens there. I'm going to go ahead and on my turn recover. Draw 7 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to attack. I have combo breakers, but that doesn't help here, so that's okay. So it's going to gain a shield and a star. All right, my turn. Let's finally get the star, hopefully. Let's do this. And then this. That should get me full up on shields, hopefully. If it doesn't throw it like it has been. Okay, so it's blocking this, which is fine. Okay, we're going to gain 2 stars. Now, I have 4. I'm going to spend 5 of them. I'm doing 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm going to gain a shield. I'm going to gain a star. So that one I had 6. I spent 5 gaining that star. I'm going to throw this card. And then I'm going to heal up. Very nice. Okay. I'm going to gain 2 shields. And this one got blocked. Okay. And since these are the same, I should be gaining another star. Because I had 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Look at that. Nice. Okay. It's turn to attack. I have a combo breaker, might as well play it. And so I break that combo up and I do this damage now. It's still going to do this, so it's still going to get this. It's going to throw my card for 2 damage. 1, 2. And then it's going to do 2 damage to me. 1, 2. Oops. All right, I've got 2 cards here. In all honesty, I think I'm just going to play this one. If I get that, I get enough stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. I really should have only had... Let's see, let's go back up to 17. It did 4 damage to me. I'm blocking 3 of that. Should have done 1 damage to me. There we go. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Let's just hope it doesn't throw it. Cool, it's not throwing it. I'm getting 2 stars, so that's going to be 5. I'll do 3 damage. We'll gain a shield, gain a star, gain a health, discard one of its cards. Okay, and then it's doing 2 damage to me. I block 1 and take 1. Perfect. All right, what is it doing? I do have a combo breaker. I'm not going to play it just because I don't have a card to. So it's going to gain a star. It's going to discard one of my top cards. So that's 2 damage. Plus 2, that's 4. And then a right and a button is an extra damage. I'm going to draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. It's going to attack. Do I have a throw? I do have a throw. Might as well do it. I'm going to throw and just not let it do that. My turn. Let's do this and this. Okay. And it's not doing any defense. I'm pretty sure that should be it there. I will do gain a star, throw a card away. I don't need to do that. This is 4 damage. That's going to bring it down to 0. Plus, it's an extra damage because that's my person. And then this is a damage and this is a damage. So a total there, we were doing 5, 6, 7 damage to it. Nice big hit. Would have gained a star, all that other stuff. So that is another win here. And that's it. That is Neon Rain. Like I said, a pretty basic 1v1, 2v2, just head-to-head card battler where you're pretending you are in an arcade, slinging joysticks, mashing buttons, dealing damage, and just going from there. So what I was going to do here is if we continued another round, I was going to play these other characters, I was going to be blacksmith, just so that I could play them a little bit. And then Sunshine over here was who they were going to be. And if they have 5, they deal 4, they gain a star. If any buttons are played when defending, that adds a damage. So they would be adding more damage when they're defending, kind of thing. There are tons of different characters here. So these are all the player characters that you can choose from. They've all got different abilities. When playing an up joystick, your opponent cannot play a throw card. So that's the one that gives you the 2 stars. That's a nice way to build up stars. You have Jinx, who is 6 stars to activate theirs. There is Tobo, who is 10 stars. So that's all of the stars. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. You may only play 2 cards when attacking. Reveal the top 2 cards when you attack, adding 1 card and discarding the other. So that's kind of cool. It's a good way to just kind of keep cards in your hand. But again, if you run out of cards, you lose the game. Adds a bunch of shields. There's Sunshine, Shriek. If you play 2 A's or X's, you heal 1. Revlin, for every card you discard, it's a damage. Pink, when playing 3 buttons, add 2 damage. Neon, draw a card for each counter card that you play. And then there's Blacksmith again. So yeah, like I said, pretty easy card game to get into. I personally like the artwork on this one. It looks pretty good, really vibrant for what it is. But that is all that I have here for this kind of quick morning stream. So I appreciate Michael, appreciate you being here. Hopefully you have a rest of a good, slow work day. I know that's always nice. But that's all that I have for now. Appreciate you being here. As always, remember, like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help us, helps our channel grow. I will be back on Friday. Devin is going to be out of town, so I'll be back on Friday live streaming Creature Caravan, giving the solo run another playthrough because I had quite a few mess ups in the first one. So we're going to rectify that and have a good solo match of that one on Friday. That's all that I have. Until next time, see y'all later.